Howdy, howdy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ryan. Join me as I take you through another week in my 3D print farm. This week, we're going to continue adding on to our models that we're offering on our websites, as well as expanding our shelving system and printing some more just orders that may come through. I'll take you through the process day by day. Join me. And over the weekend, I decided to continue printing some of these new models. MattMireMakes had a cow and decided I would print a version of it, both in the male and with a head that you can swap out, or sorry, for the female and for the male. So I'm deciding how I'm going to offer it. I think I'm going to offer them to pick which head that they would like for it to come with, and then they can purchase an additional head for an additional cost. That way, because some people may not care to actually swap it out. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Otherwise, I did also do the red panda. I think this one looks really cute, personally. Finished this model actually just last night. No, this one was this morning. Overall, turned out pretty good. And I'll be adding that one. I'm almost getting done with the new models from MattMireMakes that I've been adding. Probably 3 or 4 left. Yeah, I think that's right. And then I'll probably move on to maybe 3D Gob. Past that, I did also get 4 orders to fulfill. One is the marker holder that was ordered. Going to be shipping that out shortly, as well as the brick. This is in the malachite matte color. Got that finished. I also have 3 hue forges that I am printing for my father, who he's going to be, I think it's for my aunt's dog. Just request a few different options. I will say they were a little bit tricky, and I ended up, I call them hue forges, but actually I did all these in Bamboo Studios, Maker World's Chroma something. It's a new thing that they have. It's very similar to Hue Forge. It's definitely not as advanced as Hue Forge, but one feature that they have that I really like is you can define an item that's in the front and in the back, which made it a lot easier for me making sure things pop. So I don't know if I'm going to stop doing Hue Forges, but in some cases, especially when there's like some browns, which was really hard to fade in, I think I'm going to start using that one. But yeah, so those turned out pretty good. And over here, I'd actually, last week, I had done a prototype order for someone who had reached out, and they requested that I do an updated model for it. It's pretty cool. I still don't quite know what they're doing, but yeah, so this is the second time they reached out. I actually wasn't really satisfied with the first one, but I'm glad that they liked it enough to have me do the second order. Past that, I have been working a little bit on the shelves, mostly on just some more stands that I've been doing. And as you'll see right here, this is their corner shelves, which I'm going to set up the actual shelving system later with having it stack to understand how this works, but it's got the openings on both sides. That way this can be at the corner as you spin. However, I'm trying to figure out how I will stack it correctly. I think I've got it, but yeah, I'll just have to play around with that and figure it out. My mind isn't quite envisioning it. Past that, Cinderwing did release some new minis. I thought I was done printing minis, but I don't know. I just really like her minis that she does, her hatchlings that she calls it. She released an insect pack, and I decided I'm going to print a few of them and offer them as a special egg that people can buy, as well as just the normal minis. So we have the bumblebees there. Down here, I have some dragonflies printing. Some ladybugs over here. On the A1 Mini, I have some more of those support beams for the shelving system. Some more shelves on the P1S, which, ignore this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the motor's going on this one right here, but every time, and this was just for today, every time I put this spool in it, it only feeds for like 30 seconds, and then it makes a terrible sound and fails to continue forward. So I don't know. For now, just to get it through, I'm just feeding it. I don't have to deal with any color changes, so it'll be good. I just kind of rolled out a bunch of it, and yeah. So I'll see. I might, once this print's done, disassemble, go to the motor, and kind of see what I can find. But we'll see. Over on the Snapmaker, I do have the cyborg or robot rattler from MattMireMakes, kind of doing it in a silver with black and red. Kind of, I think I'm only going to offer this one in a couple colors, just because of the amount of colors that it is. I don't want to overcomplicate it, so I think I'm going to print it in just about 2 or 3 different color options. We'll see. Past that, oh, as you'll notice, I did extend another of my dragon displays. This allows me to display all the different dragons that I have offered. There's still slots for 2 more, but yeah, I'm debating if I want to do a 3rd one, but I might hold off on doing a 3rd one until I actually start doing markets, because we'll see how it works out. Because I don't want to take up too much of my tables, because I've noticed I put the small dragons in here, but people mostly look at them when I lay them across the table. So I don't want to. I want to leave a lot of space still to be able to put the dragons out, but we'll see. Past that, I did apply for a market that popped up. I think it's right around Valentine's Day. It looks like a smaller one, but we'll see. I'm really getting anxious to do another market. It's been almost, well, I guess it's actually only been about a month, but yeah. So we'll see if I get into that one. If I get into that one, I'll ramp up production. Well, actually, I've been kind of keeping my production up, but we'll keep things going. All right. Well, I'll chat with you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It is Wednesday, and the river otter from MattMireMakes finished, as well as the bearded lizard. Printed pretty good. I'll say one thing: all of his models so far for me very easy, no problems printing them. He even pre-does some supports and brim on there, which I don't normally put brim, but it's nice that he takes that effort. Other than that, I do have a few orders that came in. My eBay store, I got some orders from someone for 2 of these marker organizers. Um, I don't do much on eBay, so it's more just passive. I probably could do more if I decided to update some things, but every now and then I get some orders like this one. I also got a Bigfoot order that came in on Etsy, and that custom order that I'd gotten, which this was the first one. So this is the 3rd iteration of this that I've been. I think they're using me for prototyping for something. I'm not quite sure. It's pretty interesting. It's some kind of the file's called a diffuser. I don't know. It's supposed to be a pressable button that they're going to do. Kind of just been printing a few of them, 3 to 4 of them at a time in a few different options of colors. The models kind of shifted up each time, and yeah, it's actually pretty cool. The very first model was a little bit difficult because it was very thin, but they've been doing much better at building the model each time. So yeah, we'll see how many more of these I end up getting, because I think they did one this weekend, then just one yesterday. So that's 2 of them this week, and then I had one the week before. We'll see. Maybe it'll be a regular thing popping up for me. Other than that, I did finish some of the bugs. So we have the butterfly that finished. Turned out pretty good. The caterpillars, they ended up finishing, however, I started off with 30 of them, and ended up with, what's that, 9. So yeah, that plate, I ordered it. I should be getting my new plate in tomorrow. We'll see if that's much better. I think a lot of it's also because it's getting cold out in this garage, because of the winter season. So I think that's some of it. But yeah. As for what else we're printing, I have some hedgehogs from MattMireMakes right here. We have a mystery egg here. I'm trying to get up to about 20 mystery eggs just to get my stock back up and going, especially since now I'm looking and finding a few markets popping up. They're still going to be either in February or March. March is definitely when I'm seeing more of them pop up, but I'm trying to see if I can do the February one, just trying to see if things line up first. We have some little mini axolotls here from MattMireMakes as well. This is the other half of that custom order. They requested 2 of them in the wood and 2 of them in PET G. I think the PET G is going to be the better option because of the button pressing. I'm concerned about the brittleness of the wood, but I've expressed that to them. And over here, I'm testing something. I decided I wanted to try a different filament, and I ordered some PEBA. This is PEBA 95A from Soraya Tech. When I was looking it up, it says it has one of the best bounces. One of my nephews has been obsessed with airless basketballs for a while, and I decided I'm going to print a small one for now, see how it works, and then if it works, I'm going to try to print a full-size one, which will probably take the full spool. The spool was pricier than I would have liked to have paid for just some filament. I think I got it on sale for 40, and it's only 800 grams. But I did the math between this ball and the airless basketball I'm looking at. It should be right at about 700 to 750 grams. So not a lot of room for error, but we'll see. But I'll let you guys see how this one ends up going once it finishes. I did have to disable the spaghetti detection because it kept detecting the PEBA strings as being spaghetti, which I guess it's better that it's detecting it. But luckily I was able to just resume it each time. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'll talk with you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It is Thursday, and I have a few new prints that I've finished. So we have the little hedgehog. I think this one's really cute. I printed some of them in a keychain version and some of them without. We have the tiger that had finished. The axolotl. On the U1, I did the sloth, which I haven't printed the tree yet, but there we go. I'm not sure how I feel about the sloth. I think with the tree it might be cute, but the hands are kind of weird to me. So we'll see in a minute. And the axolotl. Some people have told me that the axolotl is a really big seller, so I'm looking forward to getting this one posted. Now, one thing of note, especially with the axolotl, is MattMireMakes, they have some pre-supported files. Now, they offer as a non-supported version, and I think I'm going to have to try that one next because this is the support that was put on there. And when I pulled that thing off, it definitely doesn't look very good. So I think my support settings should be able to clear that up better than the built-in supports that he did. But we'll see. That PEBA ball finished, and it actually bounces. Well, I can't really show it probably really good here. Yeah, yeah, I can't really show it very good. I'll see if I can put up part of the video where I test it right here. But yeah, so I printed pretty good. The PLA supports came off very easily, so I'm actually just starting a print for a giant airless basketball. So it's going to take pretty much the rest of my filament, but that's fine. I was just wanting to test this out and print it for my nephew. I do have it feeding directly from my directly from my filament dryer. I heard it's very important to make sure that it stays very dry, and I could rig up a different way, but I realized it's really normally just right here, so I just spun it around, put it here, and just feeding it direct. So past that, what else I'm printing? Over here, I have some of the ferrets, the mini ferrets. I'm almost getting to the end of my line with the MattMireMakes stuff that I'm going to be doing. Over here, we have the dogs, which looks like they're almost done. On the A1 Mini, I've just been building up my egg inventory with some leftover filament. So I have some mystery eggs printing up. And that's where we are at so far. As for the shelving, I have actually been looking at, they have some of these little files. Now they can be used both for like side panels to be able to essentially cover it up. That way when it's stacked up, no one can see underneath it. But they also have these, which I'm trying to figure out the sizing right, but supposedly it gives you a shelf so you can place some items on there. They had a thicker version, but unfortunately my table is not big enough to where I can do that. I'm just experimenting. I'm not going to print a whole bunch, but just going to see how it looks once I get them all up there and kind of see how it does. But I'll let you know how that goes. So that's pretty much it for now. Past that, I am... I did get 2 orders. One of which was... Well, 2 of them were for some cows. One was a standard size cow that they requested in black with... Let's see if I have any... No, I don't. With kind of a pink, purple gradient that I use, which calls the rose quartz. And the other one is white with the rose quartz. However, they requested it to actually be a, I didn't even know this was a thing, a straw fidget. So I am doing a negative hole in it. I did have to upscale the size, so I charged accordingly. That way the straw can fit through it without it impeding the articulation. So she just paid for it. I'm going to look at getting that printed shortly. Although I kind of wish I hadn't started this basketball yet, because this basketball is going to be a 50-hour print, which will be my biggest print that I've done. Right about. I think it's right on par with the Gengar that I did. So, yeah, we'll see. I might end up just printing them on one of these printers and just dealing with the waste. We'll see. But been rambling. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It is Friday. We have the dogs that had finished from yesterday and the ferrets. I'm going to print another batch of ferrets in a brown color. And then I should be done with the MattMireMakes. So we also have the river otters that finished overnight. Haven't cracked them off yet. Those ones look pretty good. So as far as the mini ones I'm going to do, just the brown ferrets will be left. And then for the bigger ones, I have a robo snake I'm going to do, but I'm going to do that over the weekend. On the mini, we have some eggs that finished. I'm just a couple away from getting up to 20 of these dragon eggs and then 20 of the mystery eggs, and I'll be done doing the eggs for a little bit. On the Snapmaker, that airless basketball and the PEBA is turning out pretty good. Although the time frame, it's taking a bit longer than I thought. So it originally said only about 50 hours. Based on the rate it's going, I think it's actually going to probably be a total of 60 hours. I don't think the time factors in the 10 seconds between each tool change. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know how long it takes in the end. But it's about 40% done. The supports are done printing on it. And so far, it's doing pretty good. Just making sure I keep the drying on it at all times. Which... perfect. This should be finished because I actually have an ice storm that's going to be coming in right as this is probably finishing. So just in case I lose power, hopefully it'll be finished before then. Over on my other P1S, I did my first batch of 3D gob prints using some of the hamsters. I'm going to print this as well as some, I think it's a or gerbil. It's gerbil hamster. I'm gonna do a little cage as well to go with it and offer that. So now I'm going to be starting on my 3D gob prints to add to my collection. So, and I think once I get all of the ones that are done for 3D gob that I plan on doing, I'm going to kind of do a comparison between Cinderwing, LayersInGreen, MattMireMakes, and 3D gob, just to kind of give my input on the different Patreons. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. Of course, I can't speak to how much sells in regards to MattMireMakes and 3D gob because I haven't started doing markets for those yet. But let me know your thoughts on that. I was thinking about it just today. As for my shelf, well, I'm not setting up the whole thing, but I did set up one row. And just as a little test, I did this little kind of shelf here with this top here. And it'll be held together. There's magnets that'll connect to the back here. I don't really have as much room as I'd like behind here, but this is kind of what I'm thinking, just to kind of showcase the larger animals in the back. It does make it really tight, and my concern is bumping it and knocking things down, but let me know your thoughts if you think I should do that across the entire back. I'm kind of leaning towards yes, but I'm not sure. The downside, though, is this table right here is 2 inches deeper than this table here, so I'll only be able to do it on the one table. But if it's my central table, that might be fine. I don't know. I'd love to get input. Let me know your thoughts on that, please. So that's pretty much where we're at. Overall, just been working on progress for the week. I do have 2 more orders that I'm going to be dropping off. Luckily, got some Etsy orders that have been popping back in. And yeah, talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It is Saturday. I got these off the build plate. I'll say one thing, these little hamsters are looking pretty cute. As for what else I've been printing, I have a couple more eggs that finished. Currently in the process of printing the last 2 items from MattMireMakes, which is their spiders and their ferrets that I'm working on. Should be done shortly. I have some mystery eggs over here. On the P1S, we have some mini elephants from 3D gob. And on the other P1S, we have some pandas from 3D gob. They're looking pretty good. I like the little bamboo that it has in its mouth. Now, as for the Snapmaker, it's making pretty good progress. We have about 10 more hours to go, which is perfect because that's right about when that ice storm is coming in. So it will not make its way into this video, but I'll show you guys in the next video as to how it progresses, testing it, and stuff like that. But overall, it's actually been a much easier print than I expected. Now, I'm sure a lot of that is because I've been heating it, but yeah, everything's been going good. Hopefully, I'm not jinxing anything. Knock on wood. But yeah. As for the end of the week recap, this week we actually had a few more orders compared to the last 2 weeks. So we had 7 orders total, one of which was on eBay. The other 6 were on our Etsy store. So eBay, we had 2 orders of our markers for $40. And on the Etsy store, we had 7 orders of a variety of things, including some of those custom orders, for $81. That puts our total for $121 for the week. Not too bad, especially for the past couple of weeks, how it's been. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And, yeah, next week we'll continue with upgrading the models and going to the 3D gob just to kind of complete that list. And please let me know what your thoughts are on this 4th shelf. You know, is it something that would warrant essentially putting probably $30 in material to print the back wall, or do you think it's not necessarily worth it? And let me know if you would like to see a video where I compare Cinderwing, LayersInGreen, 3D Gov, and MattMireMakes. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and enjoy.